industry is going to change. The way we work is going to change. Now, we in the National Skill Development Corporation did an analysis of the occupation standards and job roles in industry. And there is an international standard which was just done about 8 years ago. We found that out of the 722 jobs that we studied, close to 25% of the jobs are not even in that list. And it's across industries. You forget. And there are some jobs which have actually disappeared. For those of you who the telegraph became extinct, the last telegram was sent just a few months ago. So what we are seeing is that the way we work, right, will also change. So many of you may have heard about 3D printing, right? So Henry Ford said, you can buy any car as long as it's black. Now people, Dell kind of said you can buy, any computer the way you want to actually design, and will take 2 or 3 days or weeks to deliver it. So it was customization. So for mass production or mass or customization for mass production and mass customization, we're actually going to move to customization for the masses. That means your whole supply chain and the people who work in your factory have to have different skills. So where will you find them? Do you know how your whole factory or where you produce, whether it's a production line, how it's going to be impacted by technology, how the jobs will change? Now, business models will also force you to look at a different set of people. And let me give you 2 examples. Till 4 years ago, or 5 years ago actually, exactly, a transport company, a Delhi transport company used to buy buses, okay? So as a commercial vehicle producer, if I was Tata Motors and you worked in there, I used to be only focusing, as an HR person, I used to only focus on hiring production people or service people, etc. But hey, you know what? Suddenly DTC says, I'm not going to buy a bus, I'm going to buy a service. So you've got to give me a driver and a conductor along with the bus, and you've got to make sure the uptime of the bus is 98% of the time. And now your whole outlook is changing. So you have to look for drivers, conductors, mechanics. Your whole HR system is going to change, right? The second example I want to give you is from medical technology. We've heard of X-ray machines and ultrasound machines, whatever it is. Now the ultrasound machine has come down to 40,000 rupees, but doctors don't want to buy a machine. They say, you give me the technician, you ensure that the uptake is there. I'm going to guarantee you so many ultrasounds a day and pay you for that, but I don't want to buy and own the machine. And there you were a manufacturing company looking at a different set of people, and suddenly you have to look at how do you actually get a whole new set of people into your company. So if you are an HR manager in a company, it's very important to actually try and look at what are the things that could change the business model in the next 2 to 3 years, and are you geared for it, and are you looking at it differently? The other thing in terms of the change that is going to happen is kids don't join or don't take up a job, right? They look to fulfilling an aspiration. Okay, and if your company is not attractive, and if your industry is not attractive, you're actually going to find a challenge in getting people. And going forward, the war for talent is going to be very, very severe, and I'll tell you why. But unless you make your industry attractive and you make your company attractive, you're not going to get talent. Even if you're the most attractive company in an unattractive industry, you are just not going to get people. Okay? And that's the big, big challenge, and it calls for working in a collaborative manner. We actually did, as part of our work, we went out to all the districts in India, and we said, these are the jobs. These are according to our estimation, these are the high growth areas. Which jobs would you like to work in, right? IT and ITS didn't come out on top everywhere, right? Construction, which is a huge employer, was always at the bottom of the pile, except in some cases, in some districts of Orissa and Andhra and UP, where traditional, plumbers and all come from. And the biggest challenge is that at the entry level, even today, you have a huge number of unfulfilled positions for the simple reason that the industry is not attractive to people. And what is also going to change is, Shiv talked about the salary to MBAs versus what they earn, right? In one industry, the MBAs were being hired to sell products, right? And in the same company, there were also graduates who were selling the same thing. And the salary level for them was so low that it was unattractive for them to actually join the industry. In the manufacturing space, in many sectors, people are not joining because the salary that you're offering them is not attractive. Because if you're looking at migration from outside Bangalore into Bangalore, outside Delhi into Delhi, if you want to pay minimum wages of 6,000 or 7,000 rupees, nobody is going to work on the shop floor, even in Meerut. So you have to really relook at what is it that you are actually offering people, because the aspiration of people is totally different today and is changing so fast that we are not able to actually understand what's happening there.